It's Wednesday, so that means one thing only, AEW Dynamite on Max. So let's turn this video up to the max. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and let's talk about some All Elite Wrestling. Welcome back, guys, to the channel. I wouldn't describe this show as elite by any means, but you know what? Fair play. I thought it was a decent addition of Dynamite. One of the better Dynamites I've seen in a while. And it might actually have been better than Raw. There was some good stuff on this. You had a couple of decent matches. You had an Adam Copeland promo. You had a Jarrett MJF promo. You had Kenny Omega returning, giving us injury updates and how his career's going to pan out and all this stuff. So, you know what? It was decent. You had a Bobby Lashley match. So, I mean, it was an alright show. Casino Battle Royal, winner of that, obviously, faces Moxley. There was some decent things on this, and there was no pandering as well. And, you know, that's probably the thing that I hated the most on Raw. Netflix, Raw. Dwayne Johnson, gotta kiss your ass. So, I was glad there was no executive ass-kissing on this show, but I mean, let's get into it. Will Osprey versus Buddy Matthews in match 1. Alright, not the greatest start, I'll be honest. No real interest in this Osprey Buddy Matthews. Look, if you're into this kind of wrestling and you love it, like, no doubt about it, if you like what Osprey does, then you probably think that Osprey is phenomenal, and I don't hold that against you. If you enjoy the style that Osprey wrestles in, I mean, he's great at his style. I'm not going to take that away from the guy, but personally, I don't like it. To me, it's just like gymnasts. It's not wrestling. It's not. There's no psychology there. There's no selling. It's just a guy hitting a bunch of moves. We've seen him have this match with Ricochet. Oh, springboard this, springboard that. You fly over, I'll jump over this, that, choreographed shit. It just looked, to me, it looks like ballet. I mean, Jim Ross used to say this ain't ballet. When you watch Will Osprey, it does. I mean, wrestling, we've heard people describe wrestling and your opponent as your dance partner, but when you watch Osprey, it legitimately looks like he is doing a dance with his partner. When you see them doing the flips and like jumping over each other, leveraging each other, it really looks phony. Not like when you seen some chain wrestling back in the day, or you seen the luchador stuff. When Eddie and Ray did it, man, it looked real, it looked legit. But when you see Osprey do stuff like this, it does look like he's dancing with a male, which is a bit gay there. But anyway, this match, it was, I mean, it is what it is. It was alright. I'm not going to bury it. I just don't like this style of wrestling. But if you do, then good for you. Osprey hits the Styles Clash. Then he hits Hidden Blade. 1, 2, 3. After the match, he talks up Buddy Matthews. He says that he's faced Buddy Matthews. He says that he has faced that big fat guy that I don't like, the cop killer dude. And then he says, what's his name again? I can't remember, but the other guy in the House of Black, he says that both of them are good and that both of them don't need to follow anybody because they can have careers on their own. And then he offers to help Buddy Murphy if he needs him. It's like, well, one minute you said that he can have a career on his own, and then you just followed it up by saying if you need any help, I'm here. It's like, well, make up your mind. Either the guy's good enough to be on his own or he needs your help. I mean, which one is it? I mean, Osprey's just not a good talker on the mic. And, I mean, I think he's come out and said this, that he's got, like, I don't know, autism or something. He's got something. He's not a great talker. Anyway, we move on to Private Party. Private Party are here. There's a club at the top of the stage. I like this wee gimmick. They come out with some women. They've got champagne. They get let into the wee club. You've got the bouncer there that's got the wee red rope, and he pulls it over for them to allow them access. So they're drinking champagne, celebrating, defending the championships on Max for the first time. But then they get interrupted by the Hurt Syndicate. MVP says they want to celebrate too. They want to they want to toast Private Party. And then Bobby says, here's to the Hurt Syndicate, taking those tag team titles. And the Private Party look on, not too happy. Bobby Lashley then pours the champagne into the ice bucket, walks out. Lashley's music hits. Lashley just looks like $1,000,000. And the Hurt Syndicate do. MVP, Shelton Benjamin, they dress smart, they look smart, they've got a good theme song. This is a faction that they should not fumble. This faction needs to... And you know what? I reckon you could make a case for actually putting Private Party into the Hurt Syndicate, because, I mean, for me, I think Bobby Lashley should be 100% a world-level main event guy in AEW. He shouldn't be in a tag team with Shelton Benjamin. And I like Shelton Benjamin. Maybe he can be a singles guy. So why not add the Hurt Syndicate? And then you can have Bobby Lashley, who can be the main event guy for the faction. Then you've got Hurt Syndicate as the tag team. MVP as the manager. And then Shelton Benjamin can be the guy that, you know, competes for mid-card titles. To me, that would be great. Put the Hurt Syndicate in with put the Hurt Syndicate in with the Private Party, or the Private Party in with the Hurt Syndicate, whatever. I mean, it was a decent wee segment. Then we get Bobby Lashley taking on Mark Briscoe, and Bobby Lashley beats him. Spear, Dominator, Hurt Lock, Briscoe goes out. Decent, you know, Bobby Lashley looking good here. It is what it is. Hurt Syndicate, mean business. Bobby Lashley picks up a win. We then got the Casino Gauntlet for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship #1 contender. Jay White's #1. Hangman Page is #2. Then we get Wheeler Yuta. He comes in. Adam Cole comes in. We get Roderick Strong, Powerhouse Hobbs, Danny Garcia. There was a reunion here for... what's that crappy faction they had in NXT? Undisputed Era, so you had all 3 members there. Then we get Ricochet coming out. Jeff Jarrett, the last outlaw, makes his way to the ring. He's coming down, and he gets attacked from behind by Wheeler Yuta, and Wheeler Yuta drags Jeff Jarrett to the back. I mean, Jesus Christ, I wanted Jeff Jarrett to win this. But no, he doesn't win it, because Wheeler Yuta, of all people, drags him to the back and beats him up, so... bit lame. Powerhouse Hobbs hits a spinebuster on O'Reilly, and that's it. Powerhouse Hobbs wins. He is going to challenge Jon Moxley. I mean, Powerhouse Hobbs looks the part. Big, powerful guy, strong dude, decent in the ring. You know, this guy, I think, a few years ago, we expected him to do a lot more in AEW. He hasn't done that. But, I mean, maybe he'll get a second chance, second bite at the cherry. He's got potential, I think. There's a bit of potential in there with Powerhouse Hobbs, but we've seen him being wasted over the years, just been in crappy factions, so... I mean, it is what it is. Jeff Jarrett comes out for the back with Ian Riccaboni. Jeff Jarrett says he's upset he didn't get a chance to compete in the Casino Gauntlet. MJF then comes out. He introduces himself to Jeff Jarrett, and he says that he wants his title back. He calls Ian Riccaboni, I forget what he called him, but he called him a Bible thumper, or something like that. You Bible bashing thumper, get the hell out of my ring. So MJF not liking Ian Riccaboni there. He then talks about Jeff Jarrett. MJF says that his father was a big fan of Jeff Jarrett when he was a little boy, obviously playing into his age. He talks about Jarrett's contract, saying that the contract that Jarrett signed is only lasting 1 year, because that's all professional wrestling sees in Jeff Jarrett. 1 year. So a little bit similar there to John Cena. Jeff Jarrett then tries to come back, but MJF cuts him off. MJF says, look, you want to be world champion? I can help you become world champion. There's lots of obstacles right now in the World Heavyweight title picture, but I can help you get that title. I can help you get that Triple B. But there's one condition. I want to be first in line for the title shot. MJF then says he's not trying to piss you off, obviously referencing some of Jeff Jarrett's old catchphrases. This is probably the best MJF promo in a while. There's some really good lines here for MJF, but Jarrett takes the mic and he tells MJF that you learn more from your failures than your successes. And you know what? You know what they call guys like MJF around here? One-hit wonders. Jarrett says he's been at rock bottom. He says he's comfortable there. That gives Jarrett the opportunity to crawl and scratch his way back up to the top. Jarrett says he doesn't need MJF and he's not buying what MJF is selling, buddy. And then Jarrett leaves. MJF is in the middle of the ring, having to accept the fact that it looks like he's not teaming up with Jeff Jarrett. So it was a good promo. I liked it. MJF, I thought this was his best stuff in a while. Decent for Jarrett as well. I hope Jarrett wins the belt. Give him one last title reign. Why not? Why the fuck not? Even if it's just for like one night, I don't know, 1 day, 1 week, 1 hour, just give him the belt. Why not? I mean, it wouldn't do any harm. AEW's on its knees anyway. It's not like giving Jeff Jarrett the belt's going to put this company out of business. Then we got Cope. Cope came out and Adam Copeland talked about all these other guys. He says you can try and take out Bryan Danielson, you can try and kill Darby Allin, but you cross the line when you mess with FTR, because FTR are my friends. That sounded really gay. All the evil shit, all the bad shit that the Death Riders have done to Daniel Bryan, the Death Riders have done to Darby Allin, and they've barely done anything to FTR, and Adam Copeland's crying about it like a little bitch. Cope harder, mate, seriously. Then he talks about Other people have come back from stuff, but nobody's had to work harder than him. Nobody's had to fight through the things he's had to fight through. He mentioned that he broke his neck in a match with Eddie Guerrero. I mean, good for you. Then we get FTR. They jump Edge. No, they come out to help Edge, actually. Death Riders are jumping Edge. We get Marina Shafir. She jumps up onto the apron. She slides in the briefcase into the ring. Edge grabs her. Adam Copeland grabs her. One of the commentators says, smash her, Edge. Strike her. Knock her out. And the other one says, don't do it. And then he doesn't do it. And you know what? I mean, how fucking phony is this wrestling business? Like, I'm not advocating for guys to go into the street and start fucking hitting women for no reason. But in the real world, when you're getting attacked, you defend yourself. It's as simple as that. You've got the right to defend yourself, regardless of your gender or whatever gender is attacking you, man. We see it so many times in wrestling where the men are just getting beaten up by the women and they don't do nothing. They just fucking stand there like statues, afraid to defend themselves, afraid to go on the offensive, afraid to go on the defensive. They're just afraid to do anything. They just stand there like punching bags, like they're literally being a punching bag for a, Rocky Balboa, and they get laid into. It's absolutely insane over the years how many men we've seen lose matches or get beat up, and people will say, "Oh well, it's Marina Shafir. How much damage? She can't really hurt Adam Cole. It's not about that. Her distraction can cause somebody that can hurt Adam Copeland to attack. Her distraction or her hitting Adam Copeland can buy Jon Moxley enough time to get to his feet and he can hurt Adam Copeland. And that's exactly what happened here. We've seen it before. Scarlett Bordeaux, she can't really hurt Drew McIntyre. No, but she can distract Drew or she can attack Drew, and that can take him out the game long enough for Karrion Kross to attack Drew, who certainly can. We've seen in that feud. Plus, she was like throwing fireballs at Drew and putting shite in his eyes that were blinding him. Are you telling me you can't defend yourself? Someone could permanently make you blind. Someone could burn you, scar you for life, and you're not allowed to defend yourself because it's a woman doing it. This logic is fucking retarded in professional wrestling, man. Honestly, it is garbage. So you basically, what professional wrestling tells you as a man is you can at any moment, you can get beat up, you can get attacked by a female, and you just can't do nothing about it. You need to hope that they don't attack you. Honestly, we're getting to the point now where in wrestling, why doesn't every male wrestler get a female manager? Or why doesn't every male faction get a female faction? Because then the female can just beat up the men and the men can't do nothing. The men just have to sit there and take it. So, it's so fucking dumb. But I guarantee you they're probably setting up for Beth Phoenix to come back here, which is something I really don't care for. Beth Phoenix versus Marina Shafir. Nobody wants to see that, man, honestly. So, it is what it is. Powerhouse Hobbs came out to make the save. Powerhouse Hobbs wants to get his hands on Moxley. Harley Cameron was with Mariah May. Cameron wants a non-title match on Collision. But May likes that idea. But then she says she's going to rip Cameron's head off, so looks like it'll be Mariah May versus Harley Cameron. Two hot chicks. Good stuff. Triple threat match for number one entrant into Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal. Willow Nightingale, Toni Storm, Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander got the win. Tombstone on Toni Storm. Nice wee sequence there to finish the match. Tombstone should end it. Thankfully it did. Then Toni Storm was speaking with Renee Paquette. She says that Storm just isn't ready yet. And she says it can't be Toni time all the time. So, you know what? I'm digging this Toni Storm thing. I know a lot of people are picking on it. A lot of people don't like it. I personally think it is pretty decent. Then we get Kenny Omega. He's back. He says he's been out for about a year. He went to the hospital. He had the diverticulitis or whatever it's called. Doctor said he didn't know if he would be able to live a normal life, let alone wrestle. But Omega says that he can't give up wrestling because wrestling is his life. And without wrestling, he's got nothing. So, hi, there you go. But he says that he's going to prove everybody wrong. He's going to come back and he doesn't care. It might kill him, but he is going to be a full-time wrestler. Because if he's not wrestling, then he's dead. So, yeah, Kenny Omega's back. Then Don Callis comes out. Don Callis tries to talk to Omega. Omega doesn't want to talk. He attacks Callis. Then Callis' backup arrives. The Callis family comes out. You've got Fletcher in there as well. And then Osprey comes down to make the save. Osprey with a chair takes out the Callis family. Then we get Osprey and Omega standing in the ring face to face. Maybe this is a big ending for people that, you know, enjoy New Japan. But for me, it was like, here's two guys I don't care for standing in the ring. And they went face to face as the show went off the air. So, I mean, that was it. The Casino Battle Royal, the Casino Gauntlet took up a lot of time, probably more time than I would have liked, but it is what it is. MJF, Jeff Jarrett, I enjoyed that segment. It's going to be good to see what happens. And honestly, man, I thought that Jeff Jarrett got a big pop tonight. The crowd were, especially when he came out in the Casino Battle Royal, he got a big ovation. So people obviously are digging Jeff Jarrett at the moment. And who knows, maybe this guy should be champion. Anyway, I'm going to give it... I gave Raw on Netflix a 3 out of 10. I'm going to give this... What am I going to give this? I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10 as well. And I'll tell you what, I would have gave it more if the Casino Battle Royale didn't take up so much time. Because the Casino Battle Royale was filled with fucking shite jobbers that I don't care about. Jeff Jarrett didn't even get in the match. So, I mean, if that match was shorter and they did some more other things and they dedicated a bit more time to other things and it maybe we've seen Christian, maybe we've seen Jericho, maybe we've seen some guys like that, then I probably would have gave the show a bit more. But the Casino Gauntlet, it just took up way too much time. And it was, like I said, no Bobby Lashley in it or nothing like that. Jeff Jarrett didn't get into the match. It's like, had potential to be good and it just kind of sucked in the end. So yeah, that match took up way too much time. Other than that though, I mean, I thought Dynamite was not bad. 3 out of 10. Match was too long. Everything else, I guess, was alright. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts down below. And of course, till next time, been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching and peace.